So it does not allow the same widgets to be there on both the places, which is good. So here I do torque and here power. Nice, this looks good. I've lost 1% battery here. I should move. Just while standing I lost 1% battery. So power and torque right now. 0.4 kilowatts, 0.5 kilowatts, 10 Nm of torque.
Meters, turn right onto Nirvana Road.
9, 10, 8, 7, 6. Nice, so I know now how much torque and power I am taking. So for reference, 10 Nm torque means like a 150cc pulsar. That's basically the maximum torque it consumes.
Turn right onto Nirvana Road, then turn left onto Nirvana Central.
0 Nm. 0. Oh. That guy had to hand me apply brakes unnecessarily. So this way I would know how much torque I am
Turn left onto Nirvana Central Road.
So 6. So negative torque, it doesn't say that I'm doing negative. It should ideally show minus in front of negative torque. So that is currently not being done, but that's okay. I think most probably in power it should show negative. Zero. See, 10 Nm is what you get as the maximum torque in pulsar. In my Pulsar 150, 11, I think it is 11 Nm or something. That's what I remember. And in Bullet 350cc Classic, 18 Nm is the maximum torque you get. So out of which 16 Nm I'm getting, basically I'm doing regenerative braking in 16 Nm.
Continue on South City Road for 1 kilometer.
So in these breakers, it's good that there is no regenerative braking, so that is definitely helping with the range. I'm just closing the throttle while jumping through the speed breakers. So it is not doing unnecessary regenerative braking. So I think power and torque, they are not going hand in hand, because the power applied is less but the torque is more. 11. So 38 Nm is what is showing maximum as a torque. Power right now so it was showing negative power. So in low speed it is reducing. So that means the forced regenerative braking is actually reducing at low speed. Ideally it shouldn't, because if it is not reducing, then the braking power will be more, regenerative braking will be stronger. So ideally it should not reduce the regenerative braking power.
In 200 meters, turn left at Gurjar
0.
Rajesh Pilot Chowk onto Vikas Marg.
But at hyper mode, maximum it is going to 38, at least in low speed.
Turn left at Gurjar
So
Rajesh Pilot
38
Chowk onto
Nm
Vikas
is the
Marg.
maximum power. I didn't see the power output, but torque is maximum. It is capped at 38 Nm. Here, doing regenerative braking. Torque is minus 16 only. Go now.
In 150 meters, turn left onto Lilac Road.
So I'm normally consuming 0.4,
Take the next
0.5
left
kilowatts
onto
only
Lilac Road.
of power. 0.10. I'm not used to
Continue for 1.5
not having regenerative
kilometers.
braking on these roads, so unnecessarily I'm applying forced regen because of that. So I have to reprogram myself. So some people, they think that disabling regenerative braking is dangerous for people. You just need to reprogram yourself, and you need to remember that the low cost electric vehicles, typically two-wheelers, they don't even have regenerative braking. So in those vehicles anyway there is no regen, so there is no slowing down unnecessarily unless the brakes are getting stuck or something. There is no friction when you close the throttle, so there you anyway have to get used to having no regenerative braking. Here I have to apply regenerative braking because of this bike. I don't know why he overtook me. So the 38 Nm of torque is something, even if it was not 58 Nm. It's more than double that of classic 350, and plus it is much heavier vehicle. I think that cow is hurt. So here also I saved power by not having unnecessarily regenerative braking. So that automatic regen is stupid when you have forced regenerative braking. This was a very important feature on my Ola S1 Pro to avoid automatic regenerative braking completely. If you want, you do forced regen. Now I'll have to check how does the regen works. Is it more than 16 Nm when you apply brakes? That is also something which I should be checking. Close the throttle. Again saved power by not having regenerative braking, simply coasting. Maximum what you need to do is basically apply forced regenerative braking if you have to slow down.
In 200 meters, turn right onto Golf
Otherwise,
Course
just
Extension
keep
Road,
coasting.
Southern Peripheral Road. Turn right onto Golf Course Extension Road, Southern Peripheral Road.
And there I applied brakes.
Continue
That
on
guy,
Southern Peripheral Road for 5
I don't know where he
kilometers.
was trying to go, wrong side, even blocking me. Crazy people, that Fortuner needs to be booked. He not only blocked me, but he was going wrong side while blocking me. Even when I was crossing him. Now it wants me to go from right, so it thinks there is no route straight because of the closed roads. See, mild. How do you apply variable force regen? पीछे क्यों आ रहा है? I'm testing how much torque. Braking, there is no, it's not doing, it's not applying regenerative braking for some reason. when I'm applying brakes. That's not good. It should do regenerative braking as well, but it is not doing. So that is something which I need to know. So yeah, in braking it is not doing regenerative braking at all. Now I'll test the variable forced regen. So here I'll do mild force regen. See, 1 nm, 3 mm, 2, 3, 8, 6. So it is not perfect. See now, right now 2 nm of regenerative braking. So like this you can actually control the regenerative braking through throttle. It's a variable regenerative braking. It's not constant. So that is the beauty of reverse throttle. The more you give reverse throttle, the more it will apply regenerative braking. So it's basically a constantly variable regenerative braking. Although here I was seeing that after applying some mild reverse throttle, it was doing full force regen. So the sensitivity is more, but you get that gist. You can actually control your regenerative braking by controlling the reverse throttle. It's not a constant thing like it is there in automatic regenerative braking. I'll be checking automatic regenerative braking as well. But something I understood right now is that when you apply brakes, there is no regenerative braking being done, which is not good. As per Ola's documentation, they do mention that regenerative braking will be applied. See the forced regen. So regenerative braking will be applied when you apply brakes, but that is clearly not happening. So I think it is doing constant minus 16 Nm of torque. I wish there was a trip meter here somewhere. Yeah, let me hit on the mode icon, see if it is allowing me to choose the default. I don't like switching modes every time I start. So let me do regenerative braking when I find a good patch of road. Here it's all dusty. This side roads needs to be covered with tar to avoid dust. And here I can do. So 16 Nm torque is there. The power, probably at low speed, the power regeneration gets reduced. You can see something happens. No, I don't think anything happening here. Here it's normal. How do I default mode? I don't think that option has come. And this guy thinks that I want to give something, but I don't have anything. नहीं है मेरे पास कुछ अभी. थोड़ा कुछ. I think this cow has got some fracture. So she has got some metal thing stuck on her legs to heal the fracture. So someone has definitely treated her, which is good. Hopefully she is healing well. She might have already been healed. I knew that calf was coming to me thinking that I am giving something. Unfortunately, I don't have anything right now except for love and affection. I think love is a very big word. I was just being affectionate towards her. Such a lovely creatures, and people abuse them just because they are harmless. It's a terrible, terrible thing. I don't know how we are actually allowing them. As per legally it's being done, lawfully it is done. How appalling it can be. People argue and debate with you and you try to educate them, and it's destroying the world completely because of such behavior, since it's one of the most polluting industry in the world. .1 kilowatts of power I'm consuming, 7 Nm of torque. And just to maintain this speed of 46, I'm consuming 6 to 7 Nm of torque, 1.1 kilowatts of power. Now wish this battery percentage is fine. Battery percentage, of course, it will be constant. The range thing should be variable. I don't think that is implemented. That also I'll test, but I don't think they have implemented that adaptive range calculation. Like most of the sophisticated EVs,
Turn left.
including Nexon EV, it does calculate range based on your consumption pattern. See here, if I have to stop, I'm applying force regen when I really have to. So this is also helping me with average speed. Now in these situations where I have to stop, it didn't help. But in most of the other situations it will help. That you are applying brakes when you really want to slow down, and not gradually unnecessarily applying brakes when you don't even have to slow down. Like here, this is like a highway situation. So anyway, so in my riding style, I'm seeing 5 to 7 Nm of torque being normally applied. Not sure how it is in normal mode. Close the throttle. So here also I saved power. So again saved power. There are many situations where you just have to close the throttle, but you don't want to slow down. So in those situations, having no regenerative braking really helps. It helps with average speed as well. If I had regenerative braking, the speed would have got slowed down unnecessarily. That would have been detrimental. Or they have opened it again. I don't know why they keep closing and opening.
Turn left onto DLF Privana Road.
I love it's being written Rajniti Nahi. And no one has bothered removing it. Someone actually climbed
West.
on top of thing and has actually applied. So Google Maps still thinks that it is a closed road when it isn't. Wish there was a way of fixing these issues, telling them that it is not closed. Now I'm again doing don't want to do is let me just keep riding. See, there is no regenerative braking, so it's slowing down slowly. Stopping
Continue
here
on
could be
Central Corridor
dangerous.
Road for 1.5 kilometers.
Go here. Particularly when going downhill, having no regenerative braking really helps, because then the vehicle will keep coasting. Like right now, I'm not consuming any power. I am not charging the battery, but at the same time I'm basically riding with zero power input. It's maintaining. See, now since the gradient has increased, so the speed is also increasing with no power being applied to the vehicle. So this is the best thing. If regenerative braking would have been working, I would have had to apply power. So that would have actually been quite detrimental. It would have consumed more battery than right now. I'm just trying to slow down. Of course, because of downward gradient, I'm using gravity to move ahead. Now the gradient has stopped and it's slightly upward gradient, so I'm stopping now. Alright guys, so how are you doing today? I'm feeling great, having no regenerative braking. Now I don't see any way of changing the mode, defaulting the mode. Just putting in park mode, all settings, mode is here, Bluetooth contact synced. Favorites not supported. Okay, there's something called favorite contacts as well. Access scooter controls via okay, scooter open trunk. Yeah, that is anyway there. Why it is mentioned here? Probably as an information only. No Wi-Fi available, of course. The system sounds at it full. Still, the mood sound is very good. This concert mode is a silly thing. Safety lights. Auto turn off is a very good feature. Follow me home sometimes is good. Riding, navigation, fall detection is good. Document general, right away scooter access. Yeah. So nowhere I can actually lock the range, unfortunately. Let me check on the app. Three alerts. What are those there? Tamper alerts. Anyway. Ride history is still not available. Where could it be? About scooter? Nothing. Edit scooter name. Discussion group. Yeah, so I think that option hasn't come yet. Let me see how much torque. So I do in normal mode. 34 Nm is the maximum torque it is. It's quite torquey now. Normal mode also has become quite good. 34 Nm of maximum torque, not bad.
Continue for 2 kilometers.
Just 4 Nm lesser than hyper mode. I didn't see the power. Let me check how much is the power it is applying. 4.8. It's actually reducing the torque power. 17 Nm, 4.6 kilowatts, 4.7. Now it is stupidly applying forced regenerative braking after reaching 80. But yeah, in normal mode, it has become much better than OS 3. So switching to sports, forget about sports, now moving back to hyper mode. It's upward gradient, so it is slowing down faster, and of course my tire pressures are not good. I checked the tire pressure 2 to 3 months ago. Okay, stopping now. Alright, so from 0 I'll be monitoring the acceleration as well, and torque, power input 5.6, 7.8, 8.8, 10, 11 kilowatts, or is it taking 11 kilowatts power? Or have they increased the maximum power? I saw up to 12 kilowatts of power being applied. there is a possibility that they have increased the maximum power in MOVE S4, like they have done in I saw it crossing 11 to 12 kilowatts of power. So that 8.5 kilowatts seems to be history, because this motor is 5.5 kilowatts motor. So if a 5 kilowatt motor can do the maximum power input of 11 kilowatts, why wouldn't a 5.5 kilowatts motor do 11 kilowatts? Or I think it was doing even 12 kilowatts or so. Let me try again. Yeah, it is 11.2 is the maximum it is taking. 11.2 kilowatts, 11.1, 11.2. So it is basically restricting maximum power to 11.1, 11.2 kilowatts. So congratulations guys, you finally have more power on your scooter, at least in MOVE S4 Beta 2. Let me try once again. This time I will be monitoring the torque. I didn't see the torque. Hopefully it is captured on camera. Okay, 28 Nm. It's knocking at 39 Nm. It's 70 at the speed of 70. But before then it was locking at 28 Nm. I don't know why. I saw 38 Nm. This time it was locking at 28. So I think it is dynamically controlling maximum torque depending upon the situation. It went up to 39 Nm after crossing the speed of 70. So as I was talking, it's basically Ola always dynamically do the torque, dynamically apply torque and power input depending upon your riding condition.